My thing about brookies is that my first exposure to brookies was my sister making them, and she called them slutty brownies. And like, you know what?
I've heard
That's
that
what my
before.
sister calls them too.
I've heard that before as well.
I've heard that too.
Specifically, I've heard of slutty brownies for brownies that have both chocolate chip cookie and Oreo in them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know
So
what? That's what it is. Is she puts the Oreo on the bottom? I'm thinking of
Yeah.
a different thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Slutty.
Slut's
I am
got
a slut
layers.
for those particular brownies.
Good audio beginning.
Oh no, did that come up on audio? If I ever run for office, you guys have to get rid of this, okay?
Hello, audience. Let me tell you how to make a better than sex cake. All right, you make a regular chocolate cake, and then you punch a bunch of holes in it, and you pour a can of Eagle Brand pet milk on it, and then you pour a jar of caramel sauce on it, and then you cover it with Cool Whip or whipped cream, your choice. We're from the South, so we get that good old bin of Cool Whip. And then you get like toffee bits, like Heath bar pieces, and cover that on the top. Boom.
Oh, fuck.
Better than sex cake.
Oh my
man.
god.
That would be
So
so
what we're
good
doing
with
is we're
Dame
doing-
bars. With Dame bars would be so good on top of that.
We're a baking.
What we're doing is
podcast
we're doing
now.
the reverse of a normal recipe blog, where we give you the recipe up top, and then we follow it up with the recipe, and then we give you some Pathfinder afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about
Well,
Not my
fun fact
recipe.
about that for the people listening, the reason they do that is because you can't copyright a recipe.
Yeah.
But you can copyright a really annoying story that comes before the recipe. So
Yep.
I have more tolerance for that than I used
yeah.
to, even though I always immediately skip the story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
that's fine.
It's also
I-
what is it? Search engine optimization.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just throw a bunch of words in there.
So many
Yeah,
words.
But that's also why I said it's not my recipe, so I don't care about copyright. You can have it.
All right. So, Ian, you were going to recap.
Yeah, you'll have to forgive me. I'm not going to do this as Pickles this time because I don't have something prepared, but I can still recap for us.
Yeah.
So last time, we all we got to the party. We went to the party at Olympia Smythe's place, which getting there we had before we got there we coordinated on who would be going in with what invitations, because we had some people who were going to go in as part of the kitchen staff, and some people who were going to go in using the invitation from Ebbis. Of those who went in as kitchen staff was Pickles Creek and Nash, and Vaz and Scrag went in with Ebbis's invitation. We saw that the Hurricane Hawks were doing as expected guard duty for the party. We interacted with the butler in the main foyer, and then we all sort of scattered to the winds, those of us on team kitchen duty going into the back to grab plates of appetizers, or rather to get direction from the kitchen staff, and the other two making their as expected introductions with Olympia Smythe. Their introductions, Vaz and Scrag made their introductions as expected, and in doing so, Olympia Smythe seemed a little intrigued as to why these two were at the party and how we got invitations, but it seemed like she wasn't that bothered. Lucius was also there, and that pretty much sums up his interaction with that. Is Lucius was there, and he kind of got a little bullied, and he was trying to win some points by recognizing that, by claiming Vaz as like his +1, but that didn't seem to go too well. In the meantime, Vaz had Bastard hide in a bush to more effectively eavesdrop on Olympia, and then went in to socialize with some members of the party. Scrag also sort of had a brief exchange with Olympia, and then talked to Ryu, and they both kind of commiserated over not being sort of great at these sort of social events. And that's where we kind of left it off with them. As far as the kitchen team, they met up with the kitchen staff, which turned out to be headed by a goblin named Nas from Pickles' hometown of Camp on Pinkwater. Nas was a friend of Pickles' mother, but then immediately set them to the task of distributing appetizers amongst the guests. And the three of them went out to meet guests and Nash went out into the garden and met with Sortimor's Ziani and talked with them regarding some business and this strange sundial in the garden that seemed to also track something apart from the movement of the sun, as I recall. Creek met with, I believe, Selena Rowe, who was just kind of a people watcher, and Pickles met with Varnasani, who was the daughter of a tailor, I believe it was, or a cloth merchant.
Yeah, it was a cloth merchant.
Yeah. And after that, Vaz had in sort of the second round of doing things. Vaz went and met with Amir Nouri and got some information about the Amir Nouri's family did business in gems, as I recall, and made mention of that the gems that they mined had some magical properties. And through that, Vaz kind of learned that Olympia Smythe might have some magical jewelry. And then last we left off, I think Creek was going to talk to some people in this lounge. Two people, Mei Young and Chimaki. Chimaki?
Yeah.
And then apart from that, I think everybody was kind of moving on to their next steps of what they were going to do. I don't know if we had a kind of an initiative thing, but we were kind of in the middle of sort of getting... Oh, the other thing we did, we also found some information about... the basement was where we wanted to get because we knew that the house, the blueprints of the house, the basement is smaller than it should be. So that was one place we knew we wanted to investigate, and then we were also considering investigating the upstairs area as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where we were at.
Yeah. And we did kind of have an initiative order. I wrote down the order people were doing things in, at least.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah. Good. Remember, everybody gets a hero point, and Ian, you get 2.
Hell yeah.
All right. But yes, I do have an order here. Creek is at the top. I don't remember if Creek went last, though, and then we ended it.
I think I did go last because I ended
Okay.
up talking to
Chimaki.
Yeah, Chimaki. Yeah, I think that's where we ended it.
Yeah.
So
So we will jump to Pickles then. What will you do right now?
So last I think I had I think I'm gonna go in here and talk to this other person and offer an hors d'oeuvre to them. I know that we all had different stuff on our trays, but I don't think it was that important.
No. 100%. I do not remember what was on everybody's tray. But yeah, you walk in and this woman has her hair done up in little pigtails that flow down, and she seems to have like little floating balls of light around her, and she smiles at you and goes, "Oh, hello."
Hi, care for an appetizer?
Ah, yes. And she takes one, pops it in her mouth, and the little balls of light like kind of burst into little butterflies as she nibbles on it. And she goes, "Oh, that was delicious."
Yeah, no problem. I suppose I perhaps ought to introduce myself. My name is Pickles.
Oh.
And I'm kind of temporary help staff today.
Nice to meet you, Pickles. My name is Mayon.
Nice to meet you, Miss Young.
That's correct.
Interesting. What you here to celebrate Miss Smythe's birthday?
Yes. My family does some business with her.
Would it be too prying to inquire what kind of business?
Mostly trade agreements. We have all kinds of interesting goods from where I'm from. I'm from beyond the Atandi Desert. We have this beautiful tea.
Interesting. I haven't been. I'm kind of a local guy a bit. I haven't really been beyond the desert much. I haven't really traveled much at all, to be honest.
Well, it's very hard to get across the desert if you don't have magic.
And he kind of like, Pickles kind of like, he makes a show of like, sort of like realizing he's allowed to, realizing he's allowed to, talk about this is like, so can I presume that the effects you have, I'm something of a student of magic myself, but I wouldn't presume much. The effects that you have going there, are they magical in nature?
Oh, yes. I mostly specialize in illusionary magic, but my family has set up some teleportation circles.
Interesting, really. That's because I know only a limited amount of that. That's a complicated process, isn't it?
Oh, very. That's why it's not really open to the public. You know, mostly just used for our merchants. Lots of teas, lots of silks.
And Pickles, I'm sure I might need to do a skill for this, but Pickles kind of like tries to sort of lean in confidentially, and he'll go like, I'm sure that being the case, Miss Smythe has almost certainly taken advantage of that specific business of your family's, huh?
Yeah, I think we'll roll like stealth. Just to.
Could I do a deception, perhaps?
Yeah, that's also I'd say deception. Sorry, I was playing Candela Obscura and all the like actual skills have gone on in my brain. I wanted to say a hide roll.
Okay. Hey, 23.
23. Yeah, that is not bad. She kind of leans down to you and goes, yeah, she does tend to take advantage of our gifts, but she is a pretty decent and, partner. Pays well.
I mean, that's one of the chief attributes of a decent partner, to my understanding. So, can't blame you at all for that.
She is a little mean, but Father likes her. She kind of rolls her eyes.
I feel like the business world is full of people who are a little mean, to be honest.
I try to not let it bother me.
Can't say I blame you.
Besides, we got something they want. I'm allowed to, be a little indulge in it.
Completely fair. I don't have much of a head for business, but I appreciate. I know someone who's good at it when I see them.
It can be complicated.
Well, this has been very interesting. I'll take my leave of you and let you get back to what you were doing.
Yeah, of course. Thanks again. And she takes another one off your tray. These are very good. And the butterflies burst into light again. She goes.
And that is something that I can't. Okay, no, that's just the presence or absence of magic. The read aura would take longer, but that's okay. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and at that point I'm gonna leave, and probably from that point just kind of mingle around inside until my trade's about done, and then head back in. Unless anybody else, I'm kind of like keeping an eye out and waiting for a signal from someone else at this point.
Yeah, I think at this point we're going to cut to the next person in line. Nash, what are you up to?
Yeah.
Okay, Nash has a couple of things up his sleeve. The first thing is upon leaving his conversation with this very, very creepy lady here. He's going to make a loop around the other side of this glowing sundial and just kind of walk slowly around this corner.
Yeah.
And try to give it a good look-see while he can, like trying to remain inconspicuous while getting a decent look at it.
I'll say also, you notice immediately that Basara is watching you as you do this. And you see her at the corner of your eye. She is guarding one of the exits in the garden here.
Noted. Before I make that roll, he probably would, like, notice her and kind of politely walk over and offer his tray.
She looks at it and looks at you and goes, Are you working this too?
Yes. Not a security detail, obviously, but one keeps an eye out either way.
You can keep the appetizers. I don't like this fancy food. It's too rich.
He just kind of nods and examines the tray and is just like, it is a bit much, isn't it?
I have to be on my toes anyways. Apparently, all kinds of weirdos will come and try and mess up parties. Or so the host says.
Well, I can't imagine any weirdos being at this one. He definitely says this kind of, like, tongue-in-cheek about himself.
Even behind her big goggles, you can see her kind of raise an eyebrow as she looks over at the woman you previously talked to, Sardami Ziana, and she goes, yeah, can't imagine.
Somebody signaled at me at the door. Okay, it's over. I'm hiding in a room right now. He kind of raises an eyebrow and nods, and he's like, I do know what you mean, though. It's an eclectic bunch, even if I do say so myself. But I couldn't tell you what the normal clientele of such a party would be.
To be honest,
For all I know, it is normal.
This whole thing makes my skin itch, to be honest. I'd rather be out in the woods.
Well, I do hope it is at least uneventful for you. I will do my best to keep it that way.
Yeah, don't get into any trouble. I don't need the headache.
I certainly won't go looking for trouble. I cannot speak as to whether or not it will find me, but I will try to keep my nose down.
Not promising. I got my eye on you.
Very fair, very fair. Well, do enjoy as much as you can, at least, your time at the party.
Right. Enjoy. And
Right.
you like start to walk away, you see her like pull out some trail rations and pop some like peanuts in her face.
Okay, so now let me pull my sheet back up. We're gonna make that little corner and to try to get a good look at this sundial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perception. So yeah, you take a look around here, and you see that it is definitely magically enhanced in some way, and you kind of figure that's what the lights are, but it's hard to get a read on what else it's trying to read. You can see the sundial part, but there's like spinning bits and bobs that just don't make any sense to you. You haven't seen anything like it before.
Okay. So no clue as to what this thing actually actually doing, but it
Yeah.
does not appear to be just a clock.
Yeah. It
Okay.
seems to be measuring something, but you can't tell what.
Yeah, okay. Alright, nothing else I can do about that. Nash is going to continue a little loop around the garden. Give a little polite nod to Ryu, offer the tray as he goes by.
Yeah, and he definitely grabs something off of it and pops it in his mouth as he waves.
To give him a polite nod, we're gonna see Olympia and Lucius, I assume, in conversation at this point.
Yeah.
Like, politely keep my nose out of that because he may or may not see bastard in the bushes there. So we got this covered. All right. So step 2 of his master plan. Nash is going to... Whoa! Foundry! What?
You close the door.
Oh my god. I don't
There we
have
go.
my mouse with me, so my screen is very small, so moving
Yeah.
Nash is difficult. And I guess I did that instead of clicking and dragging him like I was trying to do with my touchpad.
You landed right on the tile with the door, so
Gotcha.
it was almost impossible for you not to close the door.
Yeah,
Also, I don't know if you got a keyboard. If you ever do end up stuck on a door like that, you can use your arrow keys to move the character.
Not working for me now, but I don't know. It may be confused because I've got like a laptop tablet combo.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah. I have a separate mouse. I don't have it on me at the moment. So whoops.
Gotcha.
We make do.
No,
I
no
scared
worries.
I scared myself with the door sound effect that Foundry made.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
Okay. So Nash is taking his tray back to the kitchen now that it's been offloaded a little bit. And as he enters the room, he will look at Nas and he will start to say, it might be time to freshen the tray up just a bit. And as he tries to walk toward her into the room, he is going to stumble over his own feet and fall just flat on the floor.
Yeah.
Just on top of his tray.
So I'll let you either make deception or performance for this.
Oh dear God, which one do I? I'm a trained liar. Let's go with that one.
An 8.
I might use my hero point.
Go for it.
I'm gonna use it. I need to lie better. Yeah, the Hanna-Barbera scrambling sound effect just... Oh, you've got to be
Can I
kidding me.
donate a
gotta
hero
hold
point?
I'll allow 1 donation. If it doesn't work now, that'll be the end of it.
And no one else can keep piling this on.
I'm going to
Watch me
donate
get a
one.
1 anyway. Are you sure?
Yes, positive.
Okay. Don't be a 1.
There we go.
Okay, I'll take that.
15. So you get trip over your feet, slam onto the gum, and Nas goes, "Ah! Dear, are you alright?" And she runs over. Goodness.
Oh dear. I'm so clumsy. And the snacks, and as he gets up, she would see that he's got like the little pastry things that he had on his tray just kind of like all over the front of him, and he's trying to like wipe them off quickly, and he's like, quickly now, quickly. Oh dear. And just the shadow that's cast over him just eventually is like very quickly comes over the snacks as well, so like they're hidden in his silhouette now. They're gone and can't be seen, and he's just like, oh bother, this is trouble.
Ah! What the?
Oh dear.
Did you eat those?
No, I wish that I had. No, they're still there, making quite a mess on my person, but it's hard to explain. I don't quite know it myself, but I have a condition, as you can probably see. I am completely enshrouded in shadow, and now the mess on my shirt is as well, and it's unfortunately still there, and it does need to come off, but I can't. going to have trouble doing anything. Is there somewhere with low? I need something with low lights. If there's no light around, my dark vision will kick in. I see things a little bit better, and try to clean this off. Is there He's gonna look around and like notice the cellar door and say, could I perhaps step down there for just a moment to get this cleaned off? I don't fancy smelling like cheese and jams trying to serve a party like this.
You should really get that checked out. That doesn't seem normal.
It's not. I am. It's been hard, but I am trying to do something about it. It just unfortunately does not help me now. Do you mind if I step down there just a moment?
Well, all right. You really should carry a nightlight or something on you.
I should. If I found one that works, I certainly would. I would hang it around my neck like a bell. Do you have a towel of some sort of rag that I might use?
Yeah, 1 second.
And she runs into the room over behind you here. And as she like opens the door, you can see that there's some beds in there and some chests. As she opens up one of the chests and pulls out a towel, and she comes scribbling back in.
There you go.
And
thank you.
The towel is pretty worn, and you're not entirely sure how clean it is, but it'll do.
It'll get the job done. Thank you so much. I'll only be a moment. I'll be right back to work. I promise. I am sorry again. Oh dear.
All right.
I'll get the floor as well. Just once I'm done. Oh dear. All right, and he's gonna head down to the cellar.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna activate that map, and drop you where you probably would end up. So you walk down the stairs, and you see this room completely full of different kinds of foods that seem to be preserved in certain ways, and then some, like, lots of casks of ale. And it's a little darker down here, so you can see yourself and the best that you have made on yourself.
Alright, he's gonna start trying to wipe that off, but he is not paying too much attention to it. We are gonna get nosy. We're gonna investigate. Okay, so we saw on the blueprint where it looked like there should be more space down here.
Yeah.
Would I have enough of a bearing to know, like, what wall I might want to focus my attention on? Like, what side?
From where you came down, you would suspect that this wall over here is the wall that you need to investigate.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
The opposite wall is, like, the foundation of the house, basically.
Okay, yeah. Alrighty. Well, then we are going to attempt to investigate along this wall to see if there's anything out of place, anything that might open a door or something, anything that might be hiding additional space.
Yeah.
I'm stalling because my sheet won't open. There it is. Okay.
Foundry.
19.
All right, a 19. So you
Wouldn't you get the +1 because this is your lead thingy?
Oh, this one, yeah, this one. My lead is specifically Olympia Smythe, so I would think this one probably would fall under that. Okay.
Yeah. So that would bump it up to a 20, which also is a success. Both would be a success here. So as you're poking around, you're pulling out little bits and pieces, and then you come across part of the shelf here that seems to be like it's right behind one of the pillars of the shelf. You feel like a button, and you click the button, and sure enough, this area here, this whole cupboard just kind of slinks down into the ground and like covers itself up, and there's a door behind it. It's not on the map here, but this is where it would be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just draw a shape on it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it would be here, now that I'm looking at it.
Okay. Cool.
Because I couldn't see the other half of the map when I was looking at it a second ago. But yeah, that door would be a door there. And anybody that wants to cross over there, you need to tell me, because there's not actually a door in the walls. So I have to move you physically over it. But yes, there is a door.
What would Nash do in this situation?
I think, as you're deciding, we will skip to the next person.
Yeah. Next person.
So, Vaz, what are you up to? Let's put Nash over there.
We're on the Olympias map still.
Oops.
The basement map still.
I need to activate the other map then.
Yeah.
1 second. Activating. Meow. Meow.
Dean's having a fit for some reason.
Cats be like that sometimes. No worries.
Gertie, stop making that strange noise.
I'm still talking with Amir, I think.
Yeah, that's who you were last talking to.
Shoot, I think. We still need to investigate upstairs.
There is upstairs, and in the main hallway here, there is also another door.
Let's go look at the door that's in the main hall.
Yeah. It's like across from where the butler is. Kitty.
Yeah, and oh, hello.
Hello. So you open up the door here, and you find yourself in what looks to be a little library with a big roaring fireplace, and there is a half-elf man sitting in a chair. He's got red hair and little glasses, and he's busy reading away.
Oh, forgive me. I was trying to find someplace quiet to sort of regain my composure from the party this evening. I did not mean to intrude.
He looks up from his book and goes, "Well, you found a quiet place."
I take it you're hiding as well.
Yeah, these situations are just a lot for me. Thankfully, Olympia lets me hide in here and read.
It seems awful cruel of her to invite you to something you don't enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, that's who she is. A little cruel.
I do hate to hear that, and she'll make her way over and sit in the chair next to him.
He kind of like pulls himself up a little bit and goes, my name is Professor Holbrook.
You can just call me Vasilissa.
Vasilissa, nice to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine. Are you a professor at the academy here?
Yeah, I teach economics.
A worthwhile endeavor.
In this city, yeah. I'm in high demand.
I can imagine. I'm sorry, Katie just put in this economy in the chat. And my brain just, en esta economía? I'm sorry.
Really good.
Get back in it. Get back in.
Oh gosh. Seis leches. Hang on, I'm winding my way back into character.
All good, all good. That
My brain just immediately hit with the response, and it just completely took me out.
100%. This is why I actually don't look at the chat while we're playing.
You are all good. All right. Have you been in the city long?
About 5 years. My family's originally from Brumdim.
Do I know where Bromdim is?
You know it is the country neighboring Dathgard, and it's also neighboring Udria. It's kind of between the two.
Okay. Oh, I'm from Udria myself.
Yeah. They, got quite the lot up there.
That is definitely one way of putting it.
Lots of old tales of Udrian barbarians that would come down and wreck our land. Supposedly, that's all in the past, though.
It definitely is, especially... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Definitely some other tales, though.
Oh yes, I grew up, hearing many of those. Are there any sort of tales, like that from your country? Or maybe even from here that I've just never heard?
About Udria or about my country?
No, any tales of any sort of, you know, she'll lean in, things of an unsavory supernatural sort that one might want to be aware of.
Well, I did hear that you're not really supposed to go into the deep woods in Udria. They've got that big forest up there, full of werewolves and hags. Lots of terrible stories of hags stealing children to eat them up. Something like that.
I can assure you there are many variations on that tale from where I'm from.
It's pretty common. Things are a lot more peaceful in Bromdim. Lots of trade. Lots of dwarves. Lots of farms. Part of the reason I left is there's too many farms.
Well, especially with someone so economically minded, I can see why the big city would be an appeal to you.
Yeah, I got some work in the port towns before I moved over here.
If it's not too forward, might I ask what your relationship with Miss Smythe is?
Ugh. Well, she likes to pick my brain on certain things. What would be good for her business, and she pays me well for it. And, you know, I'm in high demand, but a little bit extra money to send home doesn't hurt.
No shame. We all have to make a living somehow.
It's true. And being an economics professor, my knowledge is invaluable in the market. She also gives me free range of her library.
Is it the normal sort of literary fare you'd find in a noble's house, or does she have anything particularly interesting I might want to take a peek at before I leave tonight?
Her books are pretty rare. You wouldn't find them in the library at the academy. You said you were interested in weird, spooky tales from Udria, huh? And he gets up off the chair and walks a little bit further down the library. He kind of fingers over some of the books before grabbing one, pulling it off, goes, "This might have something interesting for you." And he pulls it over and hands it to you.
Vaz will take it and smile very charmingly and say, "You know, Professor Holbrook, I think you are right. You're definitely the kind of man someone would want to have around." And she will crack open the book.
And he will sit back down in his chair and continue reading his book. And I think as you start reading, we're going to jump over to Scrag. What are you up to?
Yeah.
And so then Scrag said, I know, but my Velociraptor won't. And then he kind of like slaps his knee as though he's just told a really... This is the end of like a really long story that I didn't have time to think of just now. Anyway, so yes, Greg's yucking it up with the party goers. He kind of has already forgotten why he's here. Although, I'm sorry, that lady in the corner is too mysterious to not be important. So he's gonna kind of like he's schmoozing basically, and he's trying to hear what he can hear. He's like, I don't know if Gertie knows a couple tricks here and there, but he's probably like performing a few for the for the other guests of the party. I honestly, I don't know if he would hear what the other folks is doing. Oh no, when I said mysterious, I meant the gnome.
Oh, she's a dwarf.
Or dwarf.
Yeah, that's Basara.
She's part of the Hurricane Hawks, right?
She is part of the Hurricane Hawks. Nash had talked to her earlier.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just as a I don't think there's anybody who's on the map who we haven't talked to.
Yeah.
Apart from Lucius, but like he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have everything we need to know.
Yeah.
So, are you guys trying to sneak off?
Well, Nash is in the basement.
Yeah, and as far as you know, you don't know where Nash is.
Screw it. I think we should do like a little dinosaur show. I think we're gonna do a dinosaur show.
Okay.
I would like to start performing some tricks, like fetching and I don't know if Gertie can like balance a ball or something.
Does Gertie have a performance role?
I don't think so, but I see because like I'm gonna leave it like kind of up to you because I imagine Greg has probably taught Gertie a few like little tricks. I figure what I was hoping to do is kind of just roll and see what you think would be appropriate for her to do as like entertaining guests.
Okay. I think then maybe one of you's got to roll a performance roll, I think.
Okay. So should I roll or I forget that or like train animal? I don't know. Anyways.
Train animal specifically for teaching a trick at the moment, and I think that like takes 10 minutes.
Huh.
So I think if you're trying to perform tricks, it would be performance.
Okay. Well, Gertie doesn't have a good performance trick, so maybe I shouldn't do that. You know what? Actually, could I use... I don't suppose I could use, like, acrobatics or something.
I would say, yeah, our acrobatics could work here. If you're specifically doing, like, acrobatic type stuff.
Like bouncing a ball and stuff.
Yeah. That's arguable, yeah.
Okay, I appreciate you. I appreciate you meeting me halfway on this one. I didn't really have anything planned. Okay, Gertie, what knock is dead? That's a pretty good. That's all right.
Yeah, it's nothing spectacular, but she definitely balances that ball on her nose, and you get a couple of party goers watching, but some are just not interested.
I imagine like it's probably not. It's probably not a huge, like... it's probably not a huge draw because I don't know. I feel like these are like rich, high society people. They've probably seen everything.
I think the person that actually is most enthralled is Ryu, who is kind of clapping along.
Scrag will turn to the rest and go. Will turn to Ryu and go, "Ta-da!"
That's amazing. You could teach her to do that?
Yes. I can teach her to do lots of stuff.
I
taught her
so
to
cool.
respond to a whistle.
What did she do with the whistle?
I'm gonna stand over here and then I'm gonna give a little whistle, just a little toot.
Yeah, and Gertie like just scrambles over the fountain in the middle here, getting completely soaked as she comes out the other side, and then she shakes her feathers.
Aww. She's just a little sweet. And we're gonna give her big pets.
Ryu claps, and Olympia stops from her conversation to look over and raise an eyebrow, and then pull in close to Lucius, and they are clearly shit-talking you.
Scrag doesn't care. He's gonna hang out with Ryu. And I guess Bastard is also here.
Bastard is also here, but all you can see is like
He's hiding.
Two glowy eyes out of the rose bush. He is not paying attention to you. He is laser focused on Olympia and Lucius.
Scrag will at some point pass Bastard like a little slip of paper. It just says everything is fine, nothing is broken, and then is a smiley face.
Bastard will look at that piece of paper and then look up at you.
He can't read, I know.
And you're not sure whether or not Bastard can read, but he's really not he's not giving you anything either way.
Yeah.
Gonna give him a thumbs up and then walk away.
I think Bastard eats it.
He probably does.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the comic relief. You guys go back to doing plot.
All right. So before we swap back to Creek, Scrag, you do see at this point, well, you hear it before you see it, is the thump, thump, thump of big boots as in wanders this pretty tall woman, probably about like 6'5", big fluffy hair, a bandana and eye patch. She's chomping on a cigar and has tattoos on her neck and chest, and you do spot a rat tattoo on her neck. She doesn't even pay attention to you as she stomps by, pushes past Olympia, and sits down on the table next to her and puts her boots up on the chair. Puts her hands behind her back, her head, and leans back. And at this point, we cut to Creek.
Oh, come on.
Oh, boy.
Gotta leave a little bit of cliffhanger.
What a time. All right.
So I would also say, Pickles, you saw her walk by, but Creek, you did not.
Yeah, Creek is kind of out of the way. Speaking of Creek, at this point, she doesn't really know what else to really do except for meander around. She's actually gonna start going this way.
Just as a reminder, there is a second floor.
And
yeah.
Up here, right? Like
if you go through the main gates here, this little weird thing in the center is stairs going up.
Okay. Creek is actually gonna sneak by the big banquet table, and she's actually gonna take a couple cocktail weenies, kind of stuff in her pocket.
Get the cupcakes. Get the cupcakes.
Oh my god! And she's gonna snag a cupcake.
You need to stealth.
Gonna put it in her pocket.
We need to steal the cupcakes.
Do I need to do? Yeah. So you do a stealth check.
Yeah, we'll roll a stealth check or thievery. We'll roll thievery for stealing the cupcakes to bring to Vera as her payment.
Exactly. Yes. All right. Let me go ahead. Let me get that up. With my efficiencies. Thievery.
Thievery.
Got it. Let's roll. Ooh.
Oh yeah. You handily snatch these cupcakes, and you put them basically in a little container Vera gave you. It's like Tupperware, but like magic.
Fantasy Tupperware.
Yeah. Fantasy Tupperware. you gotta burp it, burp, and it close it up.
Hi, Billy Mays here with the classic fantasy Tupperware. Look how much chicken you can store in this bad boy. Okay, stop.
It's basically like a little wood box with like a rune on it to keep things fresh.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, Creek is gonna put one of those cupcakes in there. I was gonna say, does it fit only one?
I think you can fit a couple in there.
Nice. Yeah, she's gonna stuff a few in the Tupperware. Yeah, slaps the roof of the Tupperware. Fit so many cupcakes in this bad boy. Sarah. That was all Sarah. Yeah, and then she's gonna stuff that in one of her big old pockets.
Awesome.
All right, and she's doing that. She's gonna go upstairs. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, there's like a wall there. So before you go up there, I'm just gonna activate that map and drop you on there.
Yes, go for it.
Because there's nothing on there to actually teleport you there. You would end up. Yeah.
Ooh, hello. Oh, hello.
So as you come up here, you see like this little walkway basically that goes around, and you can see down into the dining room from up here.
Got it. Oh, that's so cool.
And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors basically. One kind of goes out. This one would be open actually. Yeah. This one goes out onto the balcony, and then the other ones you're not quite sure. At the end of this hallway, you see a woman with like peacock feathers in her hat, and she's got big puffy black hair and little binocular glasses basically. She's dressed very fancily.
Oh my, very fancy. Yeah, Creek still has some of her orders, so she's gonna stroll on up and offer some to this patron right over here. She just kind of silently like just presents the tray. And I wrote in the chat that it has just it said Ritz crackers, but like something like water crackers with some cream, like cream fish or cream cheese, and some olives, green olives on them.
She kind of looks over her glasses as you approach and goes, "Oh," and takes one of the crackers. Well, thank you. I haven't seen much of the servants up here.
Yes, I'm just trying to make my rounds. Let me know if there's anything you need.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Are you enjoying the party?
I wouldn't be hiding up here if I was enjoying it, darling.
I thought so. It's a little out of the way.
Between you and me, I think Olympia's a bitch. I'm only here to keep up appearances. You won't tell anyone, darling. Yes?
Oh, not a soul. And Creek just does the whole zip lip and throws away the zipper kind of action.
She smirks. I thought her staff would agree with me. You wouldn't happen to know where the key to her bedroom would be, would you? Not that I'm trying to break in or anything. I'm just keep it out of people's hands, you know, and she winks.
Oh, unfortunately I do not, but if I hear anything down the line, I will surely let you know. And Creek winks back kind of awkwardly because she's like not really sure what she's talking about. She's trying to be suave, but she doesn't know how.
Quite. Well, thank you. Let me know if you find anything.
All right, I'll keep you in mind. Oh, and by chance, could I have a name for you, mysterious guest?
I'm Rabia Zerka.
Pleasant to meet you. My name is Creek, and that's all there is to it.
Creek. Well, you look elven. If you have a want to find any elven goods, I do specialize in high-end import goods. We could peek around to see if there's anything elvish for you.
Creek, like, perks up at that and goes, well, yes, yes, I'd be very interested in that.
I know far too often those kinds of artifacts leave the hands of elves due to circumstances. I'm sure someone like you would want to have a peek.
Yes, I'm very much interested in that. Thank you. We'll stay in touch.
Of course.
Alright, and Creek is gonna continue down the hall. Is there anything else of note up on the second floor?
You see a door at the end here that Rabia was kind of poking at, but you notice that it is in fact locked, and that's why she was poking around for a key.
I see. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, you pass by basically the balcony here, look at there, and then there's another door at the end of the hallway, and then two back the way you came.
Gotcha. I'm just gonna yoink. And this door is open? Oh!
This door does in fact open. It was not open, but it is not locked, and you find yourself in a bathroom.
Bathroom time.
And as you enter the bathroom, I think we'll head back downstairs.
Creek's going to the bathroom, guys.
Fucking cliffhanger of the century. Fucking house party ass cliffhanger.
Yeah. Pickles. It is now back to you.
Alright, so that person having gone out into the garden, and me having seen Creek go upstairs, I would like to head back into the kitchen.
Alright. And you see Nas kind of like scuttering around trying to clean up some of the mess that was left behind, and you see like some dark shadows spotted on the ground where Nash had been.
Oh goodness, what happened here?
Your friend fell.
Oh no, and Pickles will set down his tray and start helping Nas a little bit, and continue, sorry.
You really gotta get that friend of yours looked at. I mean, look, they left black shit all over the floor.
Yeah, he's got a condition. I don't know if he told you. Where did he go? I didn't see him come out. Did he?
He went downstairs to the cellar. Said it would help him see the mess more.
Yeah, he probably could use a little help with that, actually. Do you mind if I pop down there quick and see if I can help him out a little bit?
Well, you better not be too long. We got a party to look after.
I know. We'll be up as soon as we can. It's unfortunate. It takes a little bit of time because, you know, with the whole everything being, you know, the same color with the whole shadowy thing, it's difficult. Sometimes even like the rag he tries to wipe himself off with gets sort of subsumed into that sort of lack of saturation. It's a bit rough. Definitely another pair of hands will help him out, I think. But yeah, we'll be up as soon as we can.
She kind of like looks at you and raises an eyebrow and goes,
well, I don't know. Whatever. Just be quick about it.
Yeah, and hopefully, if you could do us a favor and not mention this to Miss Smythe, we don't want to like cause a scene or, you know, cause any kind of worry.
Well, it's not very professional, so I wouldn't want you to get in trouble. Just keep it fast. Keep it fast.
You are a charm, Nas. I will be back as soon as I can. Thank you.
Yeah, and as you're leaving, she goes,
never would have taken him for that kind of... Never mind.
And went back to cleaning up the floor.
Okay, and I'm gonna head down into the basement.
And I'm just going to activate the basement and drop you down there.
As I get down and I walk into where Nash is, when I see Nash, Pickle say, "You are lucky that Nas is a sympathetic woman."
Yes, I got that read on her when we met her earlier.
Anyway, what do we got here?
He is kind of absent-mindedly still trying to, like, wipe at his shirt. Not really paying that much attention. The towel has, in fact, also been shadowed by now. But he is examining the door, and I'm going to look to see if I find any evidence of a trap or anything, like our alarm or anything that might go off if we try to open this door.
Roll
I would like to.
Yeah.
I would also like to. I mean, yeah, go ahead and definitely do that first. I would also like to. Would it be appropriate to do that separately? I'd like to cast my innate detect magic.
All right. Yeah. So that would be 2 separate things: the detect magic and then roll for perception.
Yeah. Why don't we just I'll do mine and you can do your whatchamacallit. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
You
rolled a natural 20, which is a 29. So, you don't even, like, you kind of hover your hand right above the door. You don't touch it, and you immediately see that before Pickles even casts his magic, that there is runes etched into the edges of this door. And you can look and see that there is, in fact, a keyhole here, that it is locked, but there is also some magical alarming device around it.
We best be careful. We don't alert our dear host of what we're up to.
Mm-hmm.
Just point at the runes.
Okay. So
I don't suppose you have anything in your bag of tricks for this, my friend.
Well, can I make an Arcana check to see if I can deduce if these are the sort of runes that could perhaps potentially be scratched out, or
you
something
can
like that?
Definitely roll Arcana to see what you know.
Yeah. Let's give that a go. Ooh, I think I'm gonna hero point that, I think.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna roll that again. Oh, worse.
So yeah, you get up close, kind of like lean down and stare at these runes, and you realize you have never seen runes in this configuration before in your life, and you kind of pout for a second thinking about it.
Okay. Can I cast my Read Aura cantrip to detect the School of Magic of these? It is a minute cast time.
Yeah. I think, though, as you do that, Nash, is there anything else you wanted to do?
Yeah, I'll let Nash go take his next thing before I do something.
Nothing at the moment. He's going to, head back upstairs really quickly, and just peeking out through the kind of trapdoor of the cellar, look at Nas and say, I'm terribly sorry. I'm almost done. There's one troubling spot that simply won't come out, and do you have a second towel, perhaps? And he's gonna kind of like hold up the rag that is now like, solid black with shadow. It'll be a few moments before this wears off. I'm so sorry. It will wear off. It will be fine. It will take some time. I'm trying not to use.
All right. You two better hurry up, though.
We are. This is the last spot, and then I will be right as rain and ready to serve.
Yeah, I bet.
And she takes it.
Don't break his heart, okay?
As she walks away. And then comes back with the towel and hands you a new one.
He's kind of got like a little bit of a 1,000-yard stare this time as he just kind of nods and says, I'll be right back, and walks back down.
Alright, and as you're like cleaning yourself up and you cast the read aura, you
I can cast it in the chat to help you with the.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of magic it would be. Yeah, you take a look at, and the aura pings as abjuration magic.
Okay, so it won't kill us if we go through here, but probably what's happening is it'll probably set off an alarm of some kind, if I had to bet.
Was my assumption. It's definitely more your area of expertise, but it was at least my fear.
Uh-huh. Can we see beyond? Like, this is a doorway, right? Like,
Yeah.
Does it open into the? Can we see beyond it at all?
No, because the door is closed.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a door covered in runes, and there's a keyhole.
Okay, gotcha. So Pickles will go to Nash and say, I think honestly, Nash, our best bet is probably our best bet is going to be to get Miss Smythe to open this up herself.
I'm afraid you're right.
Now, I can't think of too many scenarios where she would do that. She certainly would do that if we just went up and asked her, but perhaps maybe somebody might have snuck in and done so themselves earlier. I'm trying to think of any way we could get her down here to open it. There's not a way to do it right now without incriminating the two of us, though.
No. And if we were to hide out in here until she came herself, we would have no idea when perhaps that would happen, or have any cover for why, we either haven't left the cellar or had to return to the cellar. If we could, I suppose, sneak back down, but it would be troubling because we would still, at the very least, need a cover of someone seeing us leave the party, so we're seeing our exit, and either way, I think I've bought us all the time that we have down here to wonder about it.
I have a weird idea.
I love your weird ideas. Let's hear it.
Do I have... This is gonna be a little weird. This doorway that we have here.
Yeah.
Right? Is there a is it set into the wall?
Yes.
Okay, it's set into the wall. Is there...
To be specific, Nash had poked around, and there was a cabinet there of food, and it has gone into the floor. And now there is a door that is set into the wall that is locked and got the runes on it. just for the picture.
So of my stuff that I have, are there amongst all the stuff that we have here, are there any like melons or like coconuts or anything else that rolls?
There are things that roll. There is oranges. There are grapefruits.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I believe I have candles and stuff in my stuff. Yes. I believe I do. What I would like to do, I would like to set up a system such that a candle is burning down, like light a candle so that it burns down, and then once it gets to a certain point, burn through a rope that would allow like a basket of oranges to fall forward into the space of this alarm.
Huh. I think you could do that if you roll good on a crafting check.
Do you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get it to trigger perhaps an alarm, a physical alarm of some kind.
Yeah.
While we're not in the area.
Yeah. I think you could do that. But it would take a crafting check.
Okay.
Couldn't just do it, is what I'm saying.
No, certainly. I'm totally fine. Okay. I'm gonna give this a roll. That's a 10.
Yeah. You find most of the objects that you would need, but you find that there's not really a good system down here for setting up the oranges in a bucket. You've got the oranges in a bucket, but you don't know how to set it up for a rope. Can
I cast temporary tool to create a bucket?
You've got a bucket. You just don't really have like a pulley system for the rope to set up.
I think ultimately, with the way the roll handled out, is like we have the stuff, but we just can't get it to do what we want it to do. Like,
yeah,
trying to picture it in my head, we want it to roll specifically so that the oranges hit the wall, and we may just be having trouble both doing that and testing it without setting the alarm off right now.
Yeah, right. You're finding them kind of unwieldy. And I think as you're fussing with that, we're going to jump back to Vaz.
Fair enough.
If I can get this to activate. Alright, Vaz. So you find yourself in this library and you're sitting down. You're flipping through this book that was handed to you. And your eyes fall on one story about a changeling who seeked out a way to fight the call. The call being what pulls changelings into the woods to become hags. And they searched all over the world, and they had found a certain necklace that, when worn, fought off the call. It doesn't say where, but it does give you the name, the Moon Scorched necklace.
All right, that is something. Vaz will lock that away in the mind vault and snap the book closed and stand up. Well, Professor Holbrook, I think I have hidden away long enough. I suppose I should be heading back out there. Thank you so much for your time and the reading recommendation.
Thanks for your company. It's nice to have somebody that isn't poking my brain. Come sit with me at any time.
Of course. And Vaz will find where he took the book off the shelf, place it back, and collide with a wall. Apparently.
Yep. Apologies. The walls are a little finicky. You hit them at right the wrong angle, and it just is like, nope. The grids are a little funky wonky.
Yeah. And It has been a hot second since we've had eyes on anybody. Or at least since Vaz has had eyes on anybody.
Yeah. She was tucked away reading.
Does the butler look like he's guarding this door behind him? Like a sort of like, hey, don't go in here? Or does it seem like it's free reign?
It looks like he is, in fact, standing in front of it, guarding it.
Okay. We will just tuck that away for later. That's not the right button.
There we go. Can be a little
Hey,
fussy.
there's Creek.
Creek is actually upstairs. They're just on the map, a little.
Boo!
Yeah, sorry. She's upstairs.
You're good.
I'm gonna mark her as invisible because she's not there.
It's because she's a ghost.
Ooh.
Woo!
Well, yeah, like we.
Yeah, and
We'll reconvene with
Gregory.
Screg.
So yeah, Vaz, as you exit and walk over to Screg, you do notice as well that there is a tall, strong-looking, scary-looking woman propped her feet up on the table over here and is now talking to Olympia and Lucius. And even from here, without doing any kind of roll, you can tell Lucius is a little on edge. He is fussing with the edge of his outfit, basically.
Exactly Screg's type.
Hang on 1 second. Dean is about to tear down this door.
Go for it. Go take care of the cat. Animals, everybody. Unpredictable. Lovely. We love our animals. They're great and fun, and they make us happy. They're our babies. They are also annoying, and I always where you'd least expect them.
Hey, Lily, how you doing?
They babies, but they needy babies.
They needy babies. They good, but they needy.
He's in here with me, so he's at least not attacking the door.
Awesome.
Vaz will lean over to Screg.
Yes.
And ask, Lucius seems a little put out. Do you think we might want to draw him away, see if we can pick his brain a little?
Are you going to use the femininity to draw him away?
I mean, normal court femininity. Ooh, I can't say that tonight. Femininity. Nothing so brazen as what I pulled in the inn room.
Hashtag the femininity.
Excuse me.
I'm taking the silence as acquiescence.
Yeah, I don't
Vaz
know
will
what
sort
to
of
do.
No, it's basically what I'm wanting to do is see if we can sort of get Lucius away from Olympia and this other person because he seems all anxious and shit, and see if we can get him to spill the beans about who just showed up. Because we can make assumptions, but we don't know.
Okay.
Alright, and Vaz will wave Lucius over and see if he is willing to break from the party host for a second.
Screg will do another dumb trick as a distraction.
I think there might be a role involved here.
Very fair. Let me get my sheet.
Yeah, I think maybe society?
Society.
Society.
There's got to be a societal, hand-wavy notion of getting people's attention.
Screg is going to do, can I roll Gertie's acrobatics again to try and distract?
Yeah, sure.
You got a hero point, Sarah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hero point that.
Go for it.
I'm also gonna hero point that.
Oh my god, I rolled the same fucking thing.
Maybe it's just not worth it. Never mind. I don't think I'm gonna hero point that.
Yeah, I think at this point, like, you try to wave him over, and Gertie tries to do a trick, but they seem so deep in conversation that Lucius isn't even looking at you. He is too laser focused on the conversation happening here, and he looks a little shaken.
Would Bastard be able to eavesdrop?
I think so. He's got eavesdropping skills, right?
He certainly has the ability to he has his +6 to perception. I didn't mean to take away from your guys' turn. So if you guys have other stuff to do, please.
No, you are all good. Like,
yeah, I think
the
you're like...
intel we got from that is just that this is someone that Lucius is quote unquote scared of, which is intel in and of itself. It's just not a lot.
Yeah.
Greg, I'm not scared. No, I can't say that.
Yeah, Bastard. Yeah. Bastard can certainly eavesdrop. I don't know if he can relay information very well, but...
No. He can't relay. All he can give me is emotional stuff.
Yeah.
But at least I can have him here. Would it be a perception?
Yeah, that'd be perception.
Okay. 10.
Yeah. He gets kind of anxious and rustles in the leaves, and he just can't make anything out.
Okay, that's okay.
And yeah. I think at that point, is there anything else you want to do, Scrag? Because it's technically gone around to your turn-ish.
Are we trying to distract them still?
I don't think so. I think that the stuff with Lucian and Olympia Smythe has kind of been given up for lost.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel bad. I don't know what to do.
Well, I remember if it helped, I remember last time you had potentially floated the idea with Ryu of going upstairs, of the two like getting out of the way of everybody.
Scrag have social anxiety. Ryu, do you want to come upstairs?
Oh my gosh, do I?
I knew that would work, and I'm so glad I got to do it.
Yeah, he's just like, will you show me more dinosaur tricks?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have anybody upstairs anyways. I should be... Yeah, this will be a chance to keep an eye on the upstairs, yeah.
Yeah, then. Scrag will, like, grab a bunch of these ribs on his way there.
Okay. You want not that one, this one. And yeah, you kind of lead Ryu upstairs. I'm gonna drop him down here.
I do not own any token with vision in this scene.
Let me drop you on. I just dropping Ryu on as well. And you should be able to see now. And yeah, you come up here and you see this walkway with 5 doors kind of lining it, and you see a woman at the far end kind of picking at stuff.
I think you're on mute, Dan, if you were gonna...
Yeah, if you're saying something, I can't hear you, Dan.
Oh, sorry. Hi there.
What you doing?
There's the woman picking at stuff you said, right?
Down this way, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
These are doors
wrote
that
some
will
good.
open as well that you're next to.
Hi there.
Oh, hello.
Scrag likes your glasses.
Well, thank you. And who might you be?
Scrag. And this is Gertie.
To be fair, he did say Scrag.
Ah. Yes, but I meant more of, how do you know Olympia? You don't look like you're one of the staff. You don't have a tray.
Scrag am guest. Friend of old friend of Olympia's.
Oh, lovely. I don't see very many lizard folk up this high.
Scrag, I'm not like other lizard folk.
Oh. How so?
Some of them can be a bit stuck in their ways. Scrag prefers exploration.
Ah, you're an explorer then.
Yes.
I've heard tales of old lizard folk explorers.
Yes, settling islands with the magic dragon crystals.
Yes, I believe I've heard one or two things about that. Old ancient tales.
Very old and ancient. Scrag has been studying them.
Ah, a scholar as well.
You flatter, Scrag.
Well, my name is Rabia Zurka. I'm a merchant of sorts. I specialize in strange objects, artifacts, rare items.
Wow. If Scrag was looking for any specific rare items that maybe were relevant to the plot, Scrag would certainly ask you about them.
Plot?
Nothing.
My, you are an odd fellow, aren't you?
Scrag is very proud to be an odd fellow.
As you should be.
Don't worry, I won't do that again.
Sorry, I'm dropping my phone. It buzzed at me. I was like, oh god.
I also like how you said, let's get out of here to Ryu, and then you went up there and immediately struck up conversation with some random person.
Yeah.
This is Scrag's friend Ryu.
Hey! And he waves. You're part of the security detail. What are you doing up here? Doing my rounds, ma'am. Right. And she shuffles like a little bit further out onto the balcony here to look over.
It is very, very beautiful place.
Yes, very beautiful. Shame about the owner.
You do not like Olympia?
Oh, no. I can guarantee at least a handful of the folks here don't actually like her. We're just obligated to be here.
Why? Why did you come if you did not want to?
Pretense of relationships. Good.
Have you considered lying? It's very easy.
Why do you think I'm here, darling?
I see. Scrag will offer her one of the ribs he took.
She, like, gently takes it and, like, takes out a handkerchief to, like, take it.
I'm just imagining him proffering this, like, just in his hand, a giant fucking slab of ribs, and her daintily with, like, 2 fingers taking some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically carrying just a bunch of ribs in, like, a napkin or something.
Yeah. And she's like, well, thank you. This'll go good with cracker.
When he's done, he's gonna give the bone to Gertie, obviously.
Nom, 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 nom. She loves it. Nibble, nibble, nibble.
Try to get the marrow out, I guess.
Yeah, I think as you're talking to her, Ryu has kind of lost interest and is playing with Gertie.
Aww. She's doing the thing where you play at the pet instead of talking to people at the party.
Yes. Yes, he is.
I love Ryu. He's a cool dude.
He's making little sparks for her to chase, basically, like a laser pointer.
Yeah.
with his with his magic.
I feel bad. I don't have anything to contribute, but I'm glad I can give wholesome pet vibes.
And I think at that point we're going to cut to Creek.
Creek in the bathroom.
Yeah, Creek, you wander into the bathroom.
This isn't the kitchen. Do I see anything weird in the bathroom other than this, that looks like a gold, it looks like a golden, bathtub? I almost said toilet, and I'm like, oh my god.
It certainly is a bathtub, and there certainly is also a toilet in here.
Anything interesting other than just general bathroom stuff?
Can you roll me a perception check, maybe?
Of course, yes. Let me get that up for you. And perception. There it is. Boop. And boop.
Alright, 25. You take a peek around, and this is a very nice bathroom. You haven't, you've seen outhouses before, but you haven't really seen indoor plumbing, and this is indoor plumbing. And it is fascinating for you. But you kind of poke around, see a wash basin. You kind of see that there is a false wood panel on one of the floorboards.
Oh.
And you pull it up and you find a key down there.
Oh my god. No way. Yeah, Creek is gonna pocket that shit. Also, is there any potpourri around?
Oh, absolutely. There's some in a vase next to the wash basin here.
Awesome. Creek is definitely taking that key, walking up, and then she notices the potpourri, takes a quick whiff at it, and she's gonna eat it.
Good. As expected.
I want you all to know that in chat, Shubs was shouting all caps, "Eat her potpourri," and then said, "Don't actually eat it." It was too late though. It was too late. You already know.
As soon as she said "eat the potpourri," I'm like, yeah, that's what Creek would do.
Katie is bringing the brimstone vibes this season, and I love it.
I like how.
Wait, what was that? Oh, sorry. Shells, what were you gonna say?
I regretted it as soon as I typed it. I was like, oh, but
bro,
well, because that's so in character. Yes.
Bro,
okay, but I'm
using...
gonna steal her fancy soaps while you're there. Thank you.
Bro, using it's what my character would do to justify fucking up the plot and ruining everything. Woke, using it's what my character would do to justify just eating random crap off the ground.
Yes.
Yes. It makes sense. And yeah, she will pocket some fancy soap if there's some fancy soap.
Oh, definitely.
Yay. Okay, awesome.
So yeah, you can add fancy soap and a mouthful of potpourri to your sheet. As well as the key, the important bit.
And the important thing, the key, but more importantly, she ate some potpourri, which she very
important to the plot. Yes, maybe the key. Important to Creek themselves.
Potpourri.
The soap and the potpourri.
Oh yeah, she won't mix it in her gorp shelves. She very much kind of went and kind of spits it out on the ground.
Yeah, it's not pleasant. It's a little too
That's
perfumey.
even fucking better, because if Smythe makes it through this and she goes back up to her bathroom to sew, she just sees a fucking saliva-covered gob of potpourri.
Yeah, sorry, Leanne, continue with the word picture.
Yeah, it's very perfumey as you stick it in your mouth, and you're like, not natural. This is gross.
This ain't natural. Yeah, she just like just goes bleh, and goes all on the ground. And she will exit the bathroom unless there is anything else of note.
Nope.
Radical. All right, she exits. And speaking of the key, she's gonna head on back down to her girl, and then she will see. Oh, they're gone.
Yeah, they are out on the balcony. I'm gonna say.
Is this real?
Yes.
No.
I'll say, like, from here you can kind of see out. I just didn't put the walls in pretty good.
Sure.
But you can see Scrag is now talking to Rabia out on the balcony.
You know what?
And then Scrag said, yes, but my Velociraptor won't. Same thing.
It sounded like strong bad, and that was so good.
Here, Scrag, how do you type with claws?
How do you type a clothes on?
Cobra on.
You know. Okay, so you know what? Creek is gonna be mischievous, and she's gonna try that key onto that locked door over there.
And as you slide it in with a click, the door unlocks.
Woo! Creek's going inside.
Woo!
Love that click sound effect, by the way.
It's pretty good.
It's very satisfying. It's satisfying as hell.
So yeah, you walk in, and there is gorgeous teal flooring in here with a vanity, a couple of wardrobes, a purple couch, and a big bed full of purple. Scrag, you don't know what's going on. You go back outside.
Scrag.
You are distracting people. you didn't see this. Anyways, yes. You walk into Olympia's room.
Hey. Once again, anything of note. I'm gonna do a perception check.
Yeah. 100%.
Anything else? Doing a little snooping. Oh, very nice.
Oh, yeah. 24. So, yet you quickly go to work, silently and quickly, poking around, and digging through her vanity, you kind of mess around with it, and you find a false bottom to a drawer, and inside you find a different key. This one is bigger and chunkier.
More keys.
And also in this false bottom drawer, you find a necklace with a big, like, emerald on it.
Hmm. Yeah, she doesn't care about that.
Yeah, fair enough.
She only cares about keys.
Yeah. And I'll say also with that 24, yeah, you see, like, in her wardrobes, lots of fancy outfits, lots of things, but you kind of get a glance out the window, and you see over here that there seems to be a staircase from the outside going, or like on the ground floor going down into the basement.
Wait, there's a window?
Yeah, it doesn't really show up here. I think if you came like over here.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if you'd be able to see out, but there is, in fact, I think I forgot to make that actually a window
No
on the
worries.
thing, but that from here you can see that there's a staircase from the outside heading down into a cellar.
Interesting. And yeah, and I just see it through a window. There's no like, there's a Sarah called Creek a high school janitor, and that's true. She's collecting all the keys.
All the keys.
She is now a high school janitor. Okay, so back on track. So there isn't like a way for me to open, or for Creek to open the window. To,
No,
like,
these are like old windows that don't really open.
Got it. Okay, so it's just like a peephole. All right,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can see out, but they don't really open.
Got it. All right, and the more keys. Anything else she notices, like in maybe like the drawers or?
I think you find buried at the bottom of one of the wardrobes, you find a diary.
Ooh! Yes. Freak is gonna be snooping. Diary time.
Yeah. So you start flipping through this book, and it's like each page mentions like another person that she hates and what they've done to her and what she would do to them. It's basically a burn book.
Oh my god, yes! Yes! Oh my god.
Yes, please, for the love of God, please spill the tea. I'm begging you.
This is queen energy. Yeah, I was gonna say, does it have anyone that Creek would possibly know?
Most of them are people you don't seem to know, but then you do see that Rabia's name is in there, and it's like, such a fake bitch. Keep an eye on her. The second she steps out of line, getting her merchant's license revoked.
Meanwhile, she's just like playing with Gertie and like telling jokes with Scrag.
Yeah,
exactly. Being a cool boss lady she is.
Just the nicest lady.
I think you're confusing Ryu with Ravi.
Oh no, I mean Rob. Sorry,
Rabia,
did I hear Rabia?
Yeah, Rabia is talking to you, but she is not playing with Gertie. Ryu is.
Okay, sorry. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Rabia was trying to sneak into the bedroom.
Yeah. Creek is gonna just straight up tear that out of the burn book and put it in her pocket. Any other names that she recognizes?
I think, like you flip through a bit and then you see Ibis Blackthorn is in there, and it's a note saying, "I know that she's run away from home. If I can get her to come to one of my parties, we can spring a trap."
Ooh, she's gonna rip that page too. Put it in her dang pocket.
Yeah, and then you flip through more. Most of the names you don't recognize, and it's all stuff like their makeup is garbage. cut in front of me in line.
Oh my gosh, she's petty. I love it.
It's all.
There's one next to Levi that's like was rude in the morning.
You don't see Levi in here at all.
Oh, she probably doesn't care about him.
Is Lawkeeper Dixon in here?
Oh.
You do in fact see Lawkeeper Dixon, and there's a note that says, "Pokes his nose in where it doesn't belong. Have
Hell yeah, brother.
Have Daddy keep an eye on him."
Daddy. Creek will leave that in there. just smirk. Awesome.
And I think that's actually probably everybody you do recognize in there.
Nice. Yeah. Creek doesn't know that many people, but like
yeah, and these all seem to just from the quality of the names, they seem like rich jerks.
Yeah. All right, she's gonna put the diary back, or the burn book back in place, and kind of set it up where it wasn't disturbed. I was gonna say, anything else of note?
I think that's all in here.
Cool. She's gonna start heading on back.
All right. So as you exit there, I think we'll cut back to Pickles and Nash.
Okay. So, what we're doing clearly is not working. So Pickles will look at.
We've bought all the time. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was actually about to say the same thing. I was like, I think we got to go up there, but if we can get some, if we can get some, if we could get Olympia down here, if we could get someone else down here to trigger this for us, something like that.
See if we can reconvene with the others and perhaps whatever pieces we've all found, we can put together to form something.
Let's at least find Creek first. Vaz and Screg might be schmoozing with party folk, but if we meet up with Creek, that won't be suspicious. Alright, let's get back up there.
As Pickles starts to head out of the cellar, Nash will stop him for just a moment and say, "Oh, Pickles, I know this is hardly the time for it, but it's on my mind, so I wanted to say again, I am sorry for putting a strain on our friendship with, well, by being who I am."
Pickles will look up at Nash, and he will look at him, and he will very seriously say, "Nash, if there's one thing I've learned over my short and admittedly explosive life, is that you should never apologize for who you am. I don't apologize for who I am. You don't need to apologize for who you are." He kind of shrugs and goes, "That's all there is to it, really."
Right you are. And he will...
There are more...
Go ahead, sorry.
But there are more important things to worry about in a person than the circumstances that brought people together. And whatever the reason was, even if you had ulterior motives for becoming friends with me, at the end of the day, we became friends still. I don't think that the you that made friends with me is a liar.
No, I very much meant it when I said our friendship was genuine.
Then that's all there is to it. Let's go back up there and mess with the rich lady's birthday party.
Yes, we should leave the cellar before Naz's imagination goes too far off the rails.
Oh boy.
Alright, so you head back upstairs.
Immediately when we get back up the stairs, Pickles will sigh and look at Naz and say, "Naz, what have you been telling my friend?"
Ah, so you're back. Are you done smooching?
No smooching was had, Naz. You always make these weird assumptions.
You were down for so long, though. Definitely too long to wipe stuff up. You're definitely smooching.
Okay, Naz, sure, whatever.
To be fair, I could not see what I was doing. That didn't sound better. I'm sorry.
Nope, sure didn't.
Where's the next?
It really did.
Where's the next tray that I may leave this room?
And she grabs another, she goes, and hands it to you and goes,
Just be good to him, alright? Alright.
and she pats you on the side of your, like, your
Naz,
pack.
nothing happened!
Sure, honey.
Nash has left the room. He's gone.
Ryu is upstairs, Creek is upstairs, so is Scrag. Alright.
Naz, you think you have some kind of gaydar, you don't. You've done this to more than one person from Camp on Pinkwater.
And I'm right about 50% of the time. It's pretty accurate.
You baffle me, woman.
Come on, you can tell old Naz.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you nothing happened. I'm gonna get a tray and get out of here.
Alright.
Because we'll pick up a tray and leave.
Don't do anything I wouldn't.
That doesn't narrow the list down.
You're right.
I will also point out, just for Dan's benefit, because he's mentioning in chat, it's about 11 p.m. where he is.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah,
It
no.
is
I
very
knew
late
that
for me.
we were starting late, so I did make a note that if anybody needed to end at any point, we will end. And if
Okay, thanks.
it is late for you, and I think that is a good place to end it for tonight, as Nash and Pickles exit out into the room. But as they do, I'm going to say before we leave that they spot something kind of interesting.
Oh boy.
Oh.
As you walk out, you spot walking in a man with dark hair with stars in it. He is smiling and has a very nice clothes. And I don't know if you guys were there when Vaz had seen this man. But Vaz, you would see him too as he walks out into the courtyard here. And kind of stands next to you. You recognize this as a man that was talking to Lucius before Lucius showed up to the inn.
Fuck, I thought that it was.
Yeah.
You were like, you've seen him, and I'm like, who have I seen? I have never seen anyone in my life.
But yeah, as he walks by you, smiling, and sits down in the last chair over here.
Oh, we get a fucking slow-mo shot of Faz recognizing him as he walks by.
Yeah, it flashes to that image of you looking out the window and seeing him talking to Lucius. And he sits down and goes, good. We're all here. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah.
Okay, I gotta take care of the dog. Bye.
Yeah, alright. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all. Love you. Bye.